We begin today with a divided country, a divided Congress, and a divided Republican Party, and a big question about what happens next when it comes to investigating the insurrection. 35 House Republicans broke with their leader last night, voting to approve the creation of a bipartisan commission to probe what happened on January 6th. That's more than 3 times as many Republicans that voted to impeach Donald Trump in the wake of the January 6th attack. But it's also a small slice of the Republican Party, the large majority of which is, once again, ready to capitulate to former President Trump. A short time ago, House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy seemed to acknowledge he's willing to testify about his conversation with Donald Trump on January 6th, but he also reiterated his opposition to the commission, which he claims is politically motivated.
I just felt we're going to have 4 things happening right now. You've got 2 committees in the Senate already doing their investigation. You got the architect of the Capitol given $10 million to study what we need done here to protect it. And then you got the Justice Department, rightfully does a much better job than we could ever do. Arrested already 445 people. Probably more, another 100 coming. That's the type of work we want to make sure done, that it never happens again, that those who participated and caused it should be held accountable, and that we secure this Capitol and we don't play politics with it.
House Speaker Nancy Pelosi today called on Republicans to take back their party and commended those who voted in favor of the commission. Watch.
Quite frankly, many Republicans have courageously withstood the, shall we say, assault on our democracy that has gone forth. It is interesting to see 35 members coming forth. I'm very proud of them. And it was a recognition that this was a bipartisan product, negotiated in good faith.
The measure now heads to the Senate, where it seems to face near certain doom. It would need the support of every Democrat and 10 Republicans. And as we said yesterday, Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, who back in February called Trump, quote, practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of that day, announced his opposition to the proposed commission. And Richard Burr, one of 7 GOP senators who voted to convict the former president in February, now says he's against the commission. Let's be perfectly clear here. The point of commissions like these is to take politics out of the equation and establish a set of shared facts about a tragic event in hopes of trying to prevent another one in the future. But as we've seen in the recent days and weeks, the current political climate is so toxic that we can't even agree on those facts. That is what led us to January 6th in the first place. And not having an independent commission seems to just perpetuate that problem.